Welcome back on this Friday. The government just released the January employment report. So you know who we have to talk to about it. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is joining us live this morning. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning.
All right, let's make sense of it all. How did we do in January?
It was unbelievable. I saw this report, it came out, and I said, wow. Unfortunately, I was on the air. That was quite a reaction. The economy produced 353,000 jobs in January. It was almost double the amount that was expected. And so the government every year does revisions to not just the last 2 months, but the whole year. They put some fine points on it. Well, guess what? Average monthly job gains in 2023, 255,000, much stronger than expected. Now, in January, the unemployment rate, it stayed at 3.7%. Good news on wages. They were up 4.5% from a year ago. Now, remember, with inflation running at 3.4%, that means workers continue to earn more than the inflation rate. So you should be feeling more money in your pocket. Not every one of you. This is all on average, obviously.
On average. Jill, those numbers, I mean, you hear that, but we've also been hearing a lot about tech layoffs. That's really been we've had companies here in Charlotte, Lowe's and Duke Energy, others announcing layoffs. So where are we hiring? Where are these companies that are hiring?
You know, I know, and it's very disheartening when you hear about big companies. Don't forget, a lot of those big companies, they hired a ton of people during the COVID era, and they are reducing some of them. But net, they still have way more people working for them than they did before the pandemic. In January, big uptick in professional and business services, 74,000 jobs. That's way up from the 14,000 a month that we saw last year. Healthcare up by 70,000, even retail adding 45,000 jobs. So a lot of different kinds of positions being added in the economy.
All right, Jill, and the Federal Reserve, we know they met this week as well. So curious for that. What did they say about the labor market?
Well, they said the economy was expanding at a solid pace, but Jerome Powell also noted job gains remain strong. And boy, I mean, this report shows it. And I think because of the strength of the economy and the job market, and also that inflation remains above where the Fed wants it to be, the Fed obviously took no action. They left short-term interest rates at 5.25% to 5.5%. If we keep getting employment reports like the one we got this morning, the Fed is not going to start cutting interest rates anytime soon. Jerome Powell kind of took the March meeting off the table. A lot of people think May. But again, it's data dependent. So let's see how we do over the next few readings.
And we need some of those prices to still go down. So that's important. We will watch all of that. Jill, thank you for breaking it down. You can catch Jill regularly on CBS Mornings and the CBS Evening News with Norah O'Donnell, as well as every week here on QC Morning. Thank you, Jill.
Sure.